I will now ask you to take the two oaths, that is the oath of office and the oath of allegiance. Thereafter, you will sign both your oath papers and hand them over to Mr. President for his endorsement. Oath of office. May I ask that you have the Bible in your right hand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, having been appointed as do swear that I will and truly serve the Republic and President of Zambia, that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the President and the Republic of Zambia, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Zambia as by law established, and that I will not directly or indirectly reveal or transmit any such information or matter as shall be brought under my consideration or shall be made known to me by reason of my office, except as may be required in the discharge of my duties as such, or with the authority of the President. So help me God. Thank you very much. We'll now move to the next oath, which is the oath of allegiance. I'll ask you again to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to the President and the Republic of Zambia, and that I'll preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of Zambia as by law established. So help me God. Thank you very much. You will now come forward to sign both of your oath papers and hand them over to Mr. President for endorsement.
Congratulations.
Can be seated. Thank you very much. It is now my honor and privilege to invite you, Mr. President, to address the newly sworn-in official and the nation at large. Mr. President, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the Republican Vice President who is amidst us today here. Let me acknowledge the Secretary to Cabinet and also your colleagues, permanent secretaries, senior government officials that are here. Let me acknowledge State House colleagues, staff that are here, and indeed, if there's any cabinet, I haven't seen any minister that is present here, but I'm aware that there will be other important members of the family to the Honourable here, but before that I recognize the MP for Kabwata. Honourable, good to see you here. Thank you very much. The media, our colleagues in the media who are always here, even at short notice, we acknowledge you. And ladies and gentlemen, let me start by indicating what is obvious, to congratulate Mr. Sialubalo for being appointed as Minister of Local Government and Rural Development for and on behalf of the people of Zambia. Heartfelt congratulations for your appointment. And I do believe you and I have had a conversation already in privacy. I believe that you do understand why your appointment has come at this time of our government service to the people of Zambia. So you need to carry on with the issues that we discussed, a clear line of focus. So I want to indicate to you that the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development is a very important ministry in our overall structure, for delivering services to the people of Zambia. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development is a very important function. It's an important function because it is the one that interacts with the population, 20 million Zambians, and 156 constituencies and polling stations, well over 13,000. Local government is there. It is the one where it is present in the 156 constituencies, I said, in 116 districts. Local government is there. It is the one that provides a bridge between the central government and the people through local government. So you are on the ground, you are the link between the ground and the central government. It's a very important link that needs to be maintained going forward. We have put in place instruments for delivering to our people. Many instruments. We know education is there, health services delivery to our people, closer to our people. It is there. But we know that providing free education means more of our children now coming back to schools, whose parents couldn't afford to keep or send their children to school, including elderly ones, like the 42-year-old woman from Solwezi, who attended my last session of Parliament. That's education, yes. But it means that there is need to have more school places, spaces, brick and mortar, more classrooms, to put it simple. That is the mandate of education. But to deliver those classrooms is not only for education. It's for education, it is for infrastructure, it is for local government. We must be clear in our minds and really not act like we're a small island and everything revolves around us. We are part of a jigsaw puzzle. Very important message. We have said we'll deliver health services to our people, closer to them. It's not just the ministry to build health centers. It's infrastructure, it's the Ministry of Health, it's local government again. Back to education, we built the schools. Kids used to sit on the floor, colleagues, media. We should remind ourselves, one of the things that the media should do is not to forget where we are coming from. Just 3 years, 9 months ago, our kids were sitting on the floor. There were no desks. And this government, this president, decreed that our children will sit on desks. Yes, it's education, but it's under local government. Hence, local government has a hand in ensuring that desks are there for our kids, so they don't sit on the floor. Today, I want to use my message to put into context, to contextualize things that sometimes ministers take for granted, and develop other interests, personal interests, which take precedence away from saving that child under the jurisdiction of local government on behalf of all of us. Personal interest becomes the most important thing. Then you'll have lost it completely. It doesn't matter who you think you are, you've lost it. That's the context I want to bring. Desks. President said also, no desks will be imported. Desks will be procured locally. I'm not sure how difficult such messages are. We will use our people to make desks using our wood. The skills training centers, which we have revived, are meant to sharpen our populations, young people who haven't gone to university, who haven't gone to teacher training college, who in their own right have value. God created them like that. God gave us different types of people. Intellectuals, academicians, highly intelligent, medium, but also He gave us different interests. Some people are not interested in academic skills, but they are interested in how to do the carpentry the best. Plumbing, local government. Local government. The minister must be alive to those things. Not assuming that they're alive. They must be alive to those things. The president can't keep reminding ministers of their obligations every week, every cabinet meeting. No. It means there's something wrong there. So, it is those artisanal skills which we are funding now, under education, under technology, under local government, to pull those together to make desks for our children so they don't sit on the floor. Simple. Media. I don't know how difficult such an exercise is. Why would there be a convolution of misunderstanding over a very simple thing like that? Water and sanitation. We have the Minister of Water as a line ministry. But where is the water supposed to be delivered to? To where? The people. To whom you are interacting with. To whom you are our representative. So, it's a water mandate. Actually, it's a local government mandate as well. Hence, the issues we talk about, delivering boreholes, delivering water harvest now. They are taking place in local areas. Now, if the minister can't figure it out, then we have a problem. Then the people suffer. I'm giving a small sermon so that as new minister, you go with a clear mind there. Service delivery. I'm only citing a few examples. And that it will be your daily bread to make sure that a borehole is sunk at the right price. Number one. Two, it must be of good quality. Casing from top to bottom. You're not a technician, but you should know that technicians must be able to ensure that those standards of quality are met. That's what it is to be a leader, to supervise. Sometimes I wonder, Zambians, if you elect presidents and you don't care whether they have supervisory capabilities, I don't know how you expect the country's economy to develop. I have no idea. Maybe my brain is not working properly. Maybe. It's as simple as that. But the president's mandate is distributed through all the functionaries. The vice president is in the president's office. The ministers are in the president's office. Secretary to the cabinet is in the president's office. That's how our constitutional democracy is structured. So if one functionary is failing, it means the whole system is affected. I hope I'm telling a story here. That is important. Very important. I've only cited a few examples. So borehole must be sunk at the right price, not 500,000 kwacha for a borehole, which I do on my farm for 30,000, 40,000 kwacha. Because it's government, it must cost the taxpayer your money, $500,000, 500,000 kwacha, I beg your pardon. Please, I mean kwacha, 500,000 kwacha, one bore. But I do it at my farm, you do it at your place at 40, 50,000. Kono, Kiskama, why should it cost 500,000? Because it's under government. And somebody signs for that. And that somebody even gets promoted. It means somebody sleeping on duty along the way. Citizens should have 5 or so bores complete in 500,000, not one bore. That's the message. So, right price, 2, quality, 3, deliver on time. President says this thing from day one, deliver on time. No need to proscanate, pulling legs, jumping all over, going to different places, and leaving the work for which we are mandated unattended to. When we focus on PR, first delivery will give us a solid PR. The test of the pudding is in the eating. We have an instrument here called Constituency Development Fund under local government. This instrument helps to deliver education, health, water and sanitation, garbage collection. I move away from CDM. It's a very important thing. Let's turn this garbage all over. Let's make our towns clean. Let's enforce hygiene. The Minister of Local Government must be screaming when he finds dirty all over. But not just scream, sit the people down. Say, this thing will be changed to be corrected. Let's collect the litter. Let's turn plastics, recycle them. Let's convert garbage into energy, electricity. There are projects that have been sitting there for 3.5 years now. This minister seated here must move and actualize. The president can't be everywhere. The president asks people to deliver in their functional areas. And also talking to each other, that I'm having problems here, can I have some help? Simple. Very simple. Drainages. I don't want to go more than what I've said. Service delivery in defined ways. The minister must be clear rather than just a scattergram all over the show. Focus on the things that matter to the people. Then it's easy to work with HH. Very easy. HH has no side issues. No, you never find HH fighting over social issues. I don't do those things. We will not fight over a bottle of beer or whiskey. The whiskey you have is all yours. There will be no competition for whiskey. Because I don't do those things. So the only thing that I have issues with colleagues in public sector is delivery. That's it. I'm actually delivering this message to the nation. He's just a conduit. I'm delivering this message to the nation. Service delivery to the people. is priority. Our interests, secondary. Priorities of the people, primary. Our priorities, subservient to the interest of the people. Then we are aligned. If we are not aligned, something will give in. No question about it. There's no question about it. It's a question of when. It's not whether or not. It's a question of when. I want to deliver a point here. Honorable Minister, early on in government, the President, through this CDF, this instrument, which has allowed us to move money from Lusaka to the local people, a beautiful instrument, and we will never walk away from this instrument, like we will never walk away from free education. It does not matter what challenges we have in the economy, there will be free education. Our children will go to school, whether they are from orphaned situations, whether they are single, double orphaned, they will go to school. If the only question we have is for free education, so be it. Equally, we will never walk away from CDF. All glitches that are there, we have to improve them. Because it's the best way of taking money from these big banners in Lusaka. Huh? See how nice they look. It's because they have access to the public purse, not by stealing, but by even allocation. So we now want to taking that money and allocate it to the citizens across the country, so that they too can see things happening for them. Is that difficult to understand, colleagues? So CDF is here to stay. So the mandate is that you clean it up. Let's continue working on improvements. Quick turnaround applications, gone. But more importantly, I am still seeing people doing contracts in Kanchivia. It's not that because it's true, it's a narration. Media. I'm not accusing Kanchivia of anything. Please, let's understand the king's language. In Shangom, people doing contracts for CDF are still coming from Lusaka and the Copperbelt. Yet the guideline was that the money must stay in the constituency so that we create a local economy there. Simple. Honestly, we can't say there are no bricklayers in Shangom. But there are private homes which have been built by people in Shangom who are bricklayers. How come a classroom contract is given to people in Lusaka and Copperbelt? So enforce that. The money must stay in the constituents. If there's no skill in the constituents, capacity in the district, there's no skill in the district, in the province, at least the money circulates. Rarely only should we have contractors coming from it. Because if we don't do that, Minister, it defeats the whole objective of increasing the CDF so that the money creates local economies. Nditamkwa kwa manavadala simunza ngumaka nazo. It's very simple. So to enforce that, you have to work with your PSs, with your directors in the ministry, in the councils. Another matter I want to emphasize is that we have to, this is March now, we're going to April, in some parts of the country the rains have ended. I want to see grading of feeder roads. We discussed in our private meeting, and not stories. First, the road contractors were too expensive. Then through this beautiful instrument called CDF, we bought yellow machines, graders, water bowsers, some bulldozers. Last year, I was saying, why are the roads not being graded? Because we've got the machines. I said, no, there's no fuel. Okay. In this year's budget, colleagues, we have put money for fuel to grade the roads. It is there. So now I want to hear an excuse why the roads are not graded. I'm not waiting for an excuse. I'm asking you and your team to see to it that feeder roads are being graded. in the local areas. Capacity is there. This is how this government works. It plans. We plan, we visualize, we plan. Now it's implementation. There will be no excuse why feeder roads are not being done. And we don't want to see 1 kilometer costing 17,000, 170,000. I've heard what's been going on. I follow. I have got cheppers and, everywhere. It comes with the territory. So let's get the graders April to move in. Where it's still raining, we wait a bit. But the whole country must see graders moving. When I was young in the village, we used to cherish graders. April, May, they are coming and we're celebrating, singing songs as small boys. With happiness. Even running after the grader. In joy. Isn't it? Let's give joy back to the people. We've planned, we've implemented. Now it's for you to enforce that. We charted. And not to come back with stories all the time. Story after story and nice stories, clever looking stories. I said, there's no cleverness here. This is abdication of duty. Right? Let's get the job done for the people. I believe I've delivered the message to you, the Minister, and to the nation. Secretary to the Cabinet, this message is also yours. Central government can't sit and look at local government not delivering. We could have done a lot more than what we've done. So I expect central government to also step down. There are PSs in Cabinet Office that can help do that. We step down. You walk in the ministry. Why are the roads that, as directed by the President, are not happening? When we don't deliver at a particular sectoral area, local government, it's us who people look at that we have not delivered. So let's do that. We are one government. Local government, central government. We're one government. Let's have a schedule where colleagues in Cabinet Office is not just waiting to swear in people, madam. You must go in the field also. Check what's happening elsewhere. Go and have tea in Kaputa, in Chelenge, in Kashinakash, in Shishekan, in Silue, in Chikalava, in Kambombo, my beloved Kambombo, and Chama. Let's be a working team, not ceremonial team. Little message for you, sir, as I close. You've just been holding the Bible there, isn't it? Swearing. And you were repeating the words. Oath of office and allegiance to the nation through the President. Only one. You can't have a scattered an array of allegiance. It's only one. That's a constitutional construction. You've just sworn in there. The President is a symbol as the design of the citizens. That leadership is an apex. There's only one somewhere there. Whoever it is, that's the one. On behalf of the people. Not to pay homage, no, but on behalf of the people. In my view, to deliver properly. Oath of office, oath of allegiance. You've just sworn on oath of secrecy there. And some people develop a knack, confidential issues, the following day they're in social media. But there were only 6 of us in that meeting. How has this happened? It means one of the people there, especially during happy hours, and I've advised Vice President knows. I've advised Cabinet that we must have self-censure. When you are in public office, you must have self-censure, self-control, not to overindulge, not to extend long hours. In Cabinet, somebody is sleeping at 10 hours. The question is that, where were they? At 10 hours, if you can start gonking there, to me, that is a crime, a serious crime. So how do you participate in a meeting where at 10 hours in a cabinet meeting you are sleeping? Just come on. What's the issue? Self-control, indulgence, self-control. The message is that you are not interested in the deliberation of cabinet on behalf of all of this. So why are you sitting there? Self-control. Even the Bible says, if you overindulge, you destroy yourself. Even if you have a good brain, you destroy yourself. I chose to say this in public. I've been saying it to my colleagues over and over. Finally, we are servants, we are not masters, sir. As you sit there, know from now, some of your freedoms are gone. It comes with the territory. We are servants of the people. We must pinch ourselves. Why me out of 20 million people that I'm a minister of a local government and rural development? Why me? God's will, God's way, through the people. And we must retain that favor by acting as servants of the people, not as masters of the people, as servants of the people. Remind ourselves all the time. I do that myself, every now and then. I even tell my wife, help me to serve the people better for the privilege that the people have accorded me to serve them. Out of 20 million Zambians, they choose me to be the head of state. I must earn it every day. Congratulations once more. Oh, ask the family to support this gentleman in the service of the people of Zambia. He is no longer just Sialubalo MP. He is now asked to serve the whole country. So when he's not in Sinazongwe, don't say, why is he not in Sinazongwe? Because you asked him to be MP, you voted for him. Through that, he can be minister. He is now a minister. Now he's serving the whole country. I would have said something around there, but today I choose to end there. So let's support this colleague. Cabinet colleagues, they will listen to this news. Let's support each other. We are one team. You have our full support, sir. I see what is on social media. I always scan what's going on. Focus on the work at hand. Don't be digressed by chit-chat, TikTok. If I was digressed by those things, we would have not done the things we've done. I'm sure the media is aware that in a difficult year, the worst drought in living memory, we have still delivered growth of 4% in GDP. The figures are out now. Numbers don't lie. Because of the ingenuity, many things we did, including bringing in energy to allow the mines to increase production from around 700,000, they're about 820,000 metric tons. Amidst the drought. If we hadn't reformed the energy sector, we would have never done it. But that's a subject for another day. I think today we end here and thank the media, colleagues, for your presence. Vice President, team here, and the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. Let's get to work, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.